Yo, what is up guys? Ethan here back in another video, and today we're going to be talking about why Purdue has the most underrated wide receiver duo in the entire nation. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and also like the video. It'll help me out a lot and I would appreciate it. So, I know, Purdue doesn't have the best wide receiver duo. Not even close. But in my opinion, they have the most underrated. I know up there, especially a big one that I just thought of, North Carolina, their wide receiver duo is right up there. But on Purdue's wide receiving core and her talent that they have, geez, I don't know why people are just not talking about it. Minnesota is also another team. But I personally think Purdue is the most underrated wide receiver core because potentially this year you can have 3 underrated wide receivers. 2 are already proven, 1 that's incoming. But let's get straight into it. So, of course, everybody knows superstar wide receiver Rondale Moore. And I know a lot of people know about him, but I personally think people don't realize how good he is. He's 5'9", one of the fastest players in the entire nation, as a matter of fact. In 2018, because last year he only had 29 receptions, 387 yards, and 2 touchdowns in 4 games because he ended up getting an injury which made him sit out for all last season. But in 2018, his freshman season, 114 receptions, 1,258 yards, and 12 touchdowns. That was just ridiculous. And coming into last year, he was already a top 10 receiver. Now he's up towards the top 10, maybe top 8. So this Purdue team, and he is by far the best player on this Purdue team. But a player that was a freshman last season, that's really good, is David Bell. Last season he had 86 receptions, 1,035 yards, and 7 touchdowns. He had one game versus TCU that was -1 yards, so technically should be 1,036, but yeah. But after Rondale Moore's injury, this dude skyrocketed, and this guy was fantastic in all the games that he's played, basically. And yeah, he also had a 2 touchdown performance versus Nebraska, I believe. So great wide receiver. And then also an incoming 4-star tight end / wide receiver, Malik Carr. On 24/7 Sports, he was listed as a tight end, but on Purdue's university website, he's listed as a wide receiver. He may play both. I'm not exactly sure where he would be lining up for his freshman season, but I personally think he would be the 3rd or 4th wide receiver this year, and most likely the backup tight end. And since he's a 4-star, this guy has been. Also, another thing to mention, Purdue, Rondale Moore was a 4-star receiver. David Bell was also a 4-star receiver. Now you have this guy. This guy could be the 3rd straight 4-star player that could be really good for this Purdue team. And that's why I keep on saying JT Daniels would be a great fit with this team. As you look at that offense, your guards and centers are iffy, and you really don't have a quarterback. Your receivers and tackles and tight ends are already filled out. Your quarterback and your outside for your offensive line is the inside is just the issue. Purdue, man, I could really see this Purdue team, if they get a QB that they like or performs well, I can really see this Purdue team easily making a bowl game. I really don't think they're going to be up for the West this season, but yeah. I also looked on Purdue's website, and they have Rondale Moore listed as a sophomore. So I don't know after the 4 games, because you are allowed to play 4 games and then get redshirted. And they also didn't say redshirt for Rondale Moore as they did have for other players. So I'm not exactly sure if Rondale Moore is technically going to be classified as a sophomore or a junior, but that's besides the point. Just looking at the stats and looking at the skills that David Bell and Rondale Moore have, that makes Purdue having the most underrated wide receiver duo in the entire nation. And maybe you may add a 3rd guy to that, in Malik Carr, if he performs well in his first season. in the comment section below, do you think Purdue has a very underrated wide receiver core? And if it's not for Purdue, who has the most underrated wide receiver duo in the entire nation? So guys, I hope you enjoyed this small, quick video. Like, share, subscribe, and like always, have a good day. Peace out.